and this is, it's a Wednesday, it's the 19th of June, and this is SAfm Life Happens. I'm Nomsa Mdluli with you today from 1 until 3, and we have a very, very special show for you today. So let me just tell you what's going up. As normal, we go through social media to let you know what's trending and what people are talking about on the streets in case you missed it. And then Wednesdays are for wellness. So here on Life Happens, and also seeing that it's Men's Health Month, we turn our focus to men, and we'll be joined by actors Dumo Mjali, Pelen Sladla, singer Xolani Jwaga, and author Kofi Ofori-Boateng. And you don't want to miss this one. It's a 1-hour special because these gentlemen will also join us for the Words of Wisdom feature. And then finally, SAfm is in dialogue with Youth Month this month, and so in today's edition of Review, we'll meet a young man who is using jazz to address youth-related problems. So make sure that you stay with us. It is going to be a very, very special show. And as always, you can interact with us on 0891 104 207. Also 061 104 107 is our WhatsApp line. You can also tweet us at SAfm Radio and using the hashtag at SAfmLifeHappens. And remember that I'm also on at Nomsa_MD. Gentlemen, have you ever had that experience where your lady says, we need to talk? Okay. All right. So we are joined in studio by gospel musician Xolani Jwaga, author, speaker, and teacher, and also mentor Kofi Ofori-Boateng. Adam Botha is also in studio with us. He's a life coach, as well as Leroy Tao, who is in studio. And today, this one is dedicated to our brothers. We want to understand you. We want to understand how you process emotions, some of the things that you go through, and how can we make it easier. And if you're struggling with any issues, we do have a panel of experts here in studio to help you navigate life. Yeah, and Babu Masan, when do you know that you are a broken man and that you need to fix yourself before you can let another person into your life?
You know, there are a few things that start to happen. Number one, the insecurity element. You know, sometimes that's one of the big flags for me. You know, when you're with someone and then all of a sudden you feel like you want to kind of like, you know, suffocate them, but you're not even aware of that. You become a little bit more jealous, and a few things start to come up that have got to do with the way you see another person, and because you've not actually taken time to look at you. And so there's some of those things that start to jump up every now and then, and the thing that we do the most is we keep shelving red flags. We just create this, you know, this big storage of red flags, because we're focused on one thing, but you're not looking at the full picture.
A couple of voice notes have come through on 061 410 107, and we're going to take a listen to some of them and hear what you have to say.
Hello, madam. How are you? I'm Nathan K from Nerosprite. That's a nice program. On my side, when I was growing up with my brothers and my friend on the same place, it was a small town in Uganda. We used to discuss about HIV, what. We were not falling in love with so many ladies. We were scared. But I remember one time when we were on the veranda with my friends, we were about 8 or 7, and my neighbors, we were discussing about women, whatever. My dad came out. I thought he had what we were talking about. He said that, you, my sons, let me tell you, nowadays things are not safe, but try to be safe. Try to use a protector. If you can't use a protector, it's better to abstain. Don't have sex, because you are going to die when you are still young. You have seen your uncles, whatever, they have died, so many of them. But according to my dad, he used to tell us stories, and he used to guide us in all ways. And I would thank my dad. Until now, he's still alive, but I thank him. I phoned him, I talked to him, whatever. But he is a good dad. It's good to advise our children when they are still young. They can't misbehave when they grow up. I'm Nathan K from Nelspert. Thank you so much, Madam Pai.
Good day, lady and gentlemen that side. My name is Kagiso Monyadiwa from Sweden, Patsimba in the Northwest Province, my king. Look, I've always maintained that for as long as we are not ready to listen to both sides of the story and treat gender-based violence as such, we will never be able to defeat this demonic thing that is happening, that is eating our society. It's true. Let me put my life story here now. I was abused by my ex-fiancé. I have emotional and physical scars. And I'm talking about the person whom I'm 10 times physically stronger than her. The question that I was always asked is, what did you do to her? What did you do to her? Now you can imagine if it was the other way around, what will the question be? I was gonna be labeled. I was gonna even lose my job. I was gonna even get arrested. So until we are ready to listen and treat, to listen to a man and treat gender-based violence as such, then I think this world will be a better place. But for as long as we are in denial of the fact that men have emotions, then we will never win this thing. I feel to agree that there's a man who will just wake up and kill his wife and his entire family and kill himself. I feel to agree that there's a man in this sober conscious, in this sober mind, who can just wake up for fun, just and kill his whole family and himself. We must deal with issues properly.
Hurt people hurt people. He spoke about abuse, men getting abused as well. It's not an issue that we normally talk about, also in the media space. But I think the most important thing is we cannot continue with a cycle where you get abused and then you abuse another person, and because they were abused, so the cycle goes on. And you know, a lot of the ladies that we speak with who are abused and go through gender-based violence often say that, as Ubaba Masono can say, there's a lot of jealousy, there's anger involved, and there's also the fact that people cannot take the rejection when you say it's over. I mean, a lot of women have also said that whether I leave or stay, I'm in danger of being harmed or killed. How do we deal with rejection? How should we process rejection? How should we deal with, what are more effective ways of dealing with anger? Because you cannot run away from that emotion. It's there. We all feel it. But what's the most effective way of dealing with that? I don't know. I'd like to take that coffee.
Okay. There's a saying that I really love. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. So when you hear stories of a man who is lashing out physically against his woman, lashing out emotionally, this is someone with a sick heart. And this heart has been sickened usually in the home in which he was raised, because they failed to fill his heart with enough of the right things for him to take that into the world and share that with the world. He was not loved, he was not taught, he was not protected, he was not cared for, he was not cherished, none of these things as a child. So when he's older, he's looking for what was promised to him. He's looking for a new hope. And like Leroy rightly said, he's trying to find that hope in a woman. And when this woman tells him, I love you, I want to be with you, and all those kinds of things, he believes what she's saying. But he's not understanding that there's a certain set of things that he also needs to give her in order for her to maintain that. And even if he gives her what she needs and she still decides to walk away, he should still be so at peace with who he is, because his hope is not in her, but in something greater than her, that he can say, okay, fine, I'll let you go in peace. I wish you all the best. So, so long. So it's all about getting back to that place of healing the heart of men, filling it with the right things. Who are you? What are you? Why are you valuable? How do you share this value? How do you receive value? What do you look for in a partner? How do you treat your partner? How should your partner treat you? What is a healthy boundary? What are unhealthy boundaries? All these things need to be taught to men. These things need to be hidden in their hearts. And a new hope needs to be created based on fact and not necessarily feelings and emotions, but the truth of who he is, who she is, and the role they're going to both play in society.
All right. And just finally on this topic, we all have a language of love. Women have their languages of love. What is your language of love? How would you like us to love you as women?
Maybe firstly, let me say, going back to my first point,
Yes.
which was, who is listening? Show me love by listening. Show me love
Listen.
listening. Because now, sometimes you get an opportunity. Even now, can give you an opportunity to say, okay, let's talk about this. We are men here. I tell you, if we can count our words and your words now, how, because you are a presenter something, So I'm trying to say you are given a chance to speak. Allow other people to speak. That's another way of showing love.
And there's also a way that you speak, because a lot of men in my life say, don't shout at me, otherwise I close off.
And I don't hear anything.
It's like,
No matter how right you are.